I love naming my videos as though my cat Deli is the one doing the review as opposed to me, which kind of really is the case because she is the one testing it and I am just the video editor. Although in the case of a litter box, I would hope she's the one testing it as opposed to me in certain respects, ideally. But yes, today I will be letting Deli try out a stainless steel litter box for the first time ever. We've never had one of these before, and I just feel like the cleaning process is going to be a lot easier. So in that capacity, I can be the one testing. Deli tests for comfort, I test for practicality. That's our even agreement today. So first things first, as soon as I took this out of the packaging, I was impressed by the size. Like, this is pretty big. So here we have the mandatory clip of the cat with the box that came in the mail, naturally. I'm sure if you've seen any other unboxing videos of anything to do with cats really, or anything in general, you probably get a clip like this in the video because every cat is on every delivery. And that box is the most exciting part of it all. So, had to include this part. No further explanation needed. So this came packaged really nicely. You can kind of see in the back all the stuff I took out of the box, but it was a box within a box. Everything was nicely plastic wrapped so it wouldn't scratch on each other, and yeah, packaging was just well done. And here I am unwrapping every portion. So you have this little step that opens up. You've got your scoop, and it has this container that kind of attaches to the sides of the litter box, and it can attach from either side, so however you want to position the litter box, it works. And then you have your door flap and the top part, middle, and this is me stacking it all together using the instruction manual they gave of just how to put it together, which is pretty simple and self-explanatory. Just gonna lift it up to give you a full view here. One thing that I really appreciate about it is that it has the padding on the bottom. Oh my god, I'm echoing. Hello. That's a fun touch I didn't expect. But yeah, I love the padding on the bottom so the metal just doesn't make, you know, ugly scratching noises against things. So I appreciated that. And they also have them on this little step stool thing that leads out of the litter box so it can collect any excess litter. That's what the holes here are for, and then it opens up so you can clean it out. Nice little system. I love that you can add that attachment to the side with the scoop, and it's got storage if you want to keep bags or something there. You've got your little swingy door. We'll see about that because Deli has primarily had open litter boxes like her whole life, and just recently we tested one with a closed lid, and I don't think she fully understood the swinging door concept, and she didn't really go into it that way, I'm pretty sure. We took the door off. I think she still wasn't super into like the closed top kind of thing. So we did end up removing the top, but we'll see how she feels about this one, especially since it's open at the top. See here? The scoop is also quite nice. It's like hefty and pretty large, so that's another plus. So yeah, I'm excited to see what she thinks of this. I'm going to throw some litter on it and let her investigate and see how she feels about the closed top and whether or not we have to take it off. But I think above all else, she's not going to care a lot. I think it's mostly going to be for the sake of cleaning it being easier and maybe like less residual smell lingering since it's stainless steel, so we'll see. Assembly was really easy. I just took out the pieces. They had a little manual of how they stack up, and yeah, that came together pretty simply, I would say. If I had to choose one thing to nitpick right off the bat, it would be that I don't find this swingy door super stable, because like if you push it a little too far back, it just kind of starts to come out a little bit. Like I just don't think it secures super well. Maybe I need to look back at the instructions and like maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know, I have to check in, but it just doesn't feel very secure to me. So we really might do away with the door, especially because Deli isn't accustomed to that and might not want to go in and through the door. So we'll see. How many times have I said "so we'll see" in the last 2 minutes? Don't answer that. So here's my cat doing another classic cat thing, I think. Like, mine can't be the only one who does that weird thing where they like pretend to be chewing on something but not really chewing on it. Yeah. Alright, and then here you can see she used it a little bit on the side. This was with the closed top, and then I took it off for her to do her other business. And that's what I caught here, totally invading her privacy, but for the sake of the review, we're going to do it. There she goes doing her thing. I'm going to cut this off now, actually. You probably don't need to actually see the bowel movements, do you? So, enjoy this little temporary blurred screen as she finishes her business. And then, the digging ensues, naturally, where mine just digs the sides and the wall instead of the actual litter, but probably also not uncommon. I'm going to have her work her way up to the step to get her accustomed to one thing at a time, but I think it's going to be amazing because when she jumps out, it does spray a little bit of litter, so if she can just step out on that step, I think that is incredible. I love that they put that in there. Alright, so I'm back a week later to give my final thoughts, at least on the first week of owning this litter box. I feel like maybe the number one reason you would be looking into a stainless steel litter box is probably for the easier cleaning, because it's supposed to be non-stick and it just won't wear out the same way. So on that front, I would say it's not that it's completely non-stick, where like nothing sticks to it whatsoever. Like the urine is still going to stick to the bottom, but I do feel like the cleaning process is easier than it is with plastic. So to that extent, I do think it's an improvement, but it's not like 100% non-stick if that's what you're expecting. Definitely easier though. And next to that, I've only had it for a week, so obviously I can't speak to like the super long-term wear and tear on it, but I kind of already get the feeling that it's going to hold up a lot better than plastic, because plastic gets scratched up a lot easier and it gets that kind of, you know, that dusty, worn kind of dull look it gets after a while when there's been litter in it, you know, over and over, and it kind of gets in the cracks of the scratches and like the dust just sticks in there kind of. I feel like that's going to be a lot less of an issue with the stainless steel, at least thus far. So that's one positive thing about having that stainless steel tray. As far as odor control, I feel like, again, I've only had it for a week, so I can't speak to this just yet, but I'm definitely inclined to imagine that plastic would absorb smell a lot more than stainless steel would. But I'm not going to make you that promise right now because, again, I've only had it for a week and I can't say for sure. But there's things that just material-wise make sense to me, and I expect that to be the case down the line, but I'll have to do a follow-up in the future to really confirm that. Actually, I'm not sure that was even a claim that they made about this litter box, but that was like my own assumption of what it might do. And then as far as the whole setup goes, like I said, I have a cat who is very accustomed to like a very simple litter box experience. Like she gets in, she gets out. Nothing fancy, there's no closure, nothing. It's just she steps in and out. That's how it's always been for her, so I think it might take a while to adjust to the idea of, you know, whether that be a closed top or, well, she urinates in a closed top. Otherwise, I don't think she would go into it for the number 2. That's just my cat. This is a total, like, cat behavior thing. Nothing really to do with the product. So, like, if your cat is into a closed litter box, then I don't see any reason there would be an issue with it. And the little step, like, I think that's an amazing little touch. My cat's just not familiar with it, so I think it's going to take a while to get her kind of accustomed to that sort of thing, if she does. In case you were curious what happens when I put the step there, she steps over it on her way in as though it's an obstacle, and on her way out she jumps over it as well, spilling the litter everywhere. So if she actually stepped on it, this would be incredible, but I hope we can get there. But I think those are amazing things to have, especially if it works for you. So yeah, if your cat likes a private doorway, there is that option. Although I will say, like, I had a hard time keeping it in the box. Like, I feel like maybe if they step in a certain way, like wrong way, it might just fall off. So that was like the one real kind of nitpick I would have about it. But because I haven't actually seen my cat use it, I can't necessarily say that it would or wouldn't fall off. But yeah, I mean, overall I would say it's been a positive experience, and I feel like the stainless steel at the end of the day just does what it's intended to do. So if you're looking to make that change for, you know, the reasons listed, yeah, I mean, I feel like it's worthwhile to go for it. Yeah, I think the takeaway is you guys know your cats better than anyone. You know your own experience with cleaning the litter box and what that's like. So if this feels like it makes sense for you, by all means. I'm definitely going to continue using at the very least the tray, and then I'm going to keep seeing if she's willing to kind of get used to a covered top and maybe even the step and maybe a door. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get that far, but I can certainly try. I did like how spacious it was though. That was a big one, and the fact that it has those little felt circles at the bottom, like the little padding to make sure it doesn't like scratch against the floor and stuff. I feel like the attention to detail was nice. But yeah, okay. You get the idea, and hopefully can make a more informed decision having seen this video and, you know, hearing about someone else's cat and their habits and the whole experience. So yeah, if you're interested, I'll have the link in the description box down below. It will be an affiliate link because I'm an Amazon affiliate. So basically that means if you purchase from the link in my description box, I would get a small commission from that. You're welcome to use it or not. But yeah, I hope this was helpful and that you enjoyed the video, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye everyone.